I moved to Seattle when I was 19, and I lived in South Seattle, and eventually I did move when I was 21 to the Central District, and I've lived in the Central area, this particular area, ever since. So this is the community that I kind of grew up in. You know, lots of different people, there's a sense of community, there's comfort. So staying within this area, the Central District, was really important to me because this is what I'm used to, this is what's comfortable, this is what provides security for me.
What brought me, well, us, to the Seattle area was I have family that has lived out in Washington State my entire life and have come to visit here and always wanted to live in Seattle.
Since we got married and we had kids, I wanted to buy a home at some point, but I wasn't sure if it was something that was going to be even economically feasible for the long term. And we'd actually also used a lot of our nest egg actually to move out here, so we were back to square one.
When we first moved to Seattle, we were definitely thinking maybe homeownership would be in our future, but knowing what the real estate market was like, none of our friends owned any houses. We just thought that there's no way we could ever afford to buy something. We knew that we needed to find something that not only was affordable, but was in really good condition and was something that would be an asset to the community after we moved out. And that's actually kind of a challenge.
There was a lot of anxiety, and when you rent increases every year, and it just, you know, there's a lot of pressure, you know, trying to find housing where your family's safe and it's nice, it's comfortable.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head though, too, talking about, you know, always kind of chasing that carrot all the time. I mean, even if we really wanted to save money, anytime we were like in a place where maybe we can squirrel away an extra $100 here, the rent would go up. And so it doesn't even matter at that point. It's kind of like we were trapped in this perpetual cycle of actually renting that prevented us from actually getting a home to begin with.
I started to really feel like, you know, is it possible for us to find something that where we can stay and really put down roots in a neighborhood and not be always moving and packing up every fall. I was also working as a housing case manager for families experiencing homelessness throughout Seattle. So every day I was being confronted with this issue of housing stability. And so for me, I knew that if SUKHI and I were able to find a home and we were able to purchase a home in a way that was responsible and affordable, that a lot of that anxiety would be lifted for me, and that it would free up a lot of space for me to help other people solve that problem for themselves.
When I started looking for a home, I saw the prices and what I could get for my buck, the bang I could get for my buck, and I was pretty disappointed in what was out there for me.
I happened to come across a house that was for sale here in West Seattle and saw the price, and when I saw the price I thought that can't be right, and then when I clicked on it, that's when I saw it was a Homestead house.
It seemed too good to be true, but once I kind of educated myself a little more on it, it was a real big kind of beacon of hope for us. We're like, this is actually really cool. We can potentially do this. We can potentially have a home instead of renting.
As soon as Homestead helped us and was able to come in and work with us and walk us through the process, I mean, they really did walk us through every step of the process. It made us feel like, okay, this is going to be possible. This is something that we can do.
The Homestead staff were really clear on what I needed to do and how I needed to achieve, you know, my dream of home ownership. They were very encouraging and always letting me know that, hey, this is going to happen, and there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Having a home has been, I think, one of the biggest steps in our life that we've made together. You know, it's really we have children and they love having their own backyard and being able to run around in the backyard, and we got them their own swing set. This past Christmas, having Christmas in our own home and having our kids have that memory of decorating the tree, and now we've planted the tree outside, just creating all these memories. It's like everything for us to just see them having so much fun living in their house and making all these memories.
Owning my own home is so awesome. I come home and I open the door and I think, oh my gosh, this is all mine. I love the feeling that it gives me, and the feeling, especially the feeling of accomplishment. It's like, this is mine. I did this, and it's just a great comfort to know that I always have a place that's mine. Being able to own my own home has changed my life quite a bit. I've been able to go back to school. I've been able to think about my future, whether I want to have a family or not, and what that family can look like. All of that has let me grow so much as a person, and it would not have been able to happen without Homestead.
We can now kind of go and measure our children's height on the door every year and not worry about actually having to erase it at the end of the year. This has been an absolutely kind of life-changing experience for us. And so I think the dream of home ownership is one that we had for a long time, and that we actually finally were able to achieve. And that's all thanks to Homestead.
Homestead Community Land Trust, buying a house through them, just really was such an empowering feeling, because just knowing that this house is going to be forever affordable is an amazing feeling. And because of the house that we were able to buy, I feel like we've been able to layer a lot of roots because of that. We got married last year. I'm able to support Mary Jane going through school because of the mortgage being so affordable. And none of that would have been possible without Homestead.